Good morning. Yes, I look crazy. I got a banana clip in my head. I got on random clothes. But this morning, I decided to get outside and take a walk. And just take a walk, get some sun, because most of us are vitamin D deficient anyway, because we love being inside. Just wanted to get on here and share no notes, random thoughts about trauma. Also, by October 15th, I'm open to take in clients as a wellness coach / personal trainer. Anyway, more details about that later. But I just wanted to share the thoughts of trauma, right? Trauma is big for a lot of people. And I say that in the sense that because of trauma, there's certain things people do, don't do, that type of thing. And one thing that we need to do with trauma is for some people, it'll always be there because of the size of the trauma. But for some people, some traumas are resolvable, very resolvable. And if you don't believe that, get into your Bible. All traumas are technically resolvable, but get into your word. But anyway, I think a decision has to be made to decide what are you going to do with this trauma. Are you going to learn from it? Or are you going to constantly use it as a crutch? Are you going to constantly use that as a reason to why you're not accomplishing things? Or are you going to use this as an opportunity to grow? My glasses are fogging up because I'm hot and it's kind of cool out here. And so I decided to take this walk today because I really wanted some sunlight. Tired of looking indoors. Wanted to get some fresh air. But when will you decide, or when will you make a decision, or what will it take for you to make a decision to say, I can't permit this to hold me back anymore? And truthfully, sometimes people will do that to you. People will enable you to stay in your traumas. And you have to make a decision on whether you want to keep this person around that you know is enabling your traumas. So that's not to say that they're bad people. Not at all. For example, Dr. Now from My 600 Pound Life, when he talks about the person who's like, well, what do you eat? Next question is, who is your enabler? Generally, the enabler is a spouse, a sibling. And there are many reasons for people to be an enabler. Okay, they just want what's best for that person. They don't want to argue with that person. They want to keep the peace with that person. They know, maybe that person knows the stuff that they went through. Gotta be quiet because there are houses on the other side. Maybe that person knows the stuff that they've been through, and so they want to keep them happy, or what they think is happiness, by just constantly giving them food, what they want, knowing daggone well that this is hurting them. Same thing with a drug dealer. Drug dealer is an enabler. He knows he's giving you something that's going to potentially hurt or kill you. But because he's getting money and you keep going back to that drug dealer, he going to keep giving you, or she, drug dealers can be she, they're going to keep giving you exactly what it is that you want to keep pushing down that trauma, if that makes sense. Like I said, I have no notes, so I'm just freestyling. So when we think about all of the traumas, all the stuff that we've been through, it's so important to think about who's your enabler And sometimes when people give you correction, sometimes that's for your good. They're not being mean. They're not being spiteful. They know that you can't stay in this traumatizing wheel, okay? And that's why it's so important for you to pray and be mindful of who it is that you're opening yourself up to, okay? And sometimes we gotta pay people for that help. For example, therapists, some pastors, some Bible study teachers, some teachers. So it's so important for you to pray about who you're talking to about this stuff, because sometimes the stuff we got going on is heavy, and sometimes you gotta pay the right person to help you pick it up and manage it. But again, I ask you, what is still, now you could talk about it, like I laugh about things that happen in my past all the time, because that's where I am in life. I've gotten over it, I'm done with it. But I notice when something comes up, I think about and I'm mindful of my response to it. If I'm still like, if I'm still grouchy about it, I'm not over it. So think about your traumas in the sense of, what's keeping me here? Why am I not thriving? And you don't want to measure yourself up to everybody else, because people are people. People make mistakes. But you got to ask yourself, why am I constantly here? Because some people who sometimes enablers are done with dealing with your trauma. They're tired. And that takes prayer on their part to realize that they can't keep enabling you. Sometimes people that are willing to help you, you could run that dry and people will be sick of you. So those are usually indicators of, just think about the people around you. Those are usually indicators of, man, maybe I should fix this. Maybe I should deal with my traumas. So, like I said, not a judging statement. I don't judge. I have my fair share of traumas too. I'm a little bit of an enabler too. But realizing that I can't keep enabling is important. So, I encourage you. One of the things I will say that helped me recently is that in the mornings when I get up, I make sure that I slow my mornings down. And if I'm rushing, I ask myself, why am I rushing? So, just a little bit of encouragement on this Saturday. Get up and move your body. Bye for now.